What's on, y'all? And since we was talking about music a little bit, we was talking about Beyonce, but let's get into Charli XCX, who's getting dragged on social media because of her little post, her little sash that she was wearing, where it said Miss should be headliner. It took me like 4 times to read that. I'm like, what? That don't make no damn sense. But I got what you were meaning behind it because she felt like she should have headlined Coachella instead of Green Day, which I vehemently disagree because Charlie, you still give the same dry ass bare minimum style performance that you've been doing. I felt like you just gave us the sweat tour just at Coachella because you brought out the same damn people you normally bring out. You brought out Lord, which you brought her out in the New York at MSG. You brought out Troye Sivan, which Troye Sivan co-headlined with you at the Sweat Tour. The only difference was you had Billie Eilish up there, which when Billie Eilish was doing her tour, which I love, by the way, she basically had you on the screen doing your bit for the guest remix, and then she jumped in and kind of just did her little thing on the show. I mean, in her show. But y'all being on stage together was just, I guess, the creme de la creme. So she is getting backlash from people all over social media for what she wore at at a Coachella after party. So the singer, who's 32, who brought Brat to the California Festival, carried on the party following her 7:15 p.m. performance. Damn, they was real specific about the time on the Coachella stage. But as she danced the night away behind the DJ deck, Charlie turned heads with the accessory, leading some to believe she had gotten too big for her britches. Now, while Charlie, whose real name is Charlotte Aitchison, really, y'all had to go in there with the whole government, starred on the main stage, it was Green Day who has won oh damn, they won 96 awards? They said they won 96 awards and nominated for 218. Who headlined? Well, first of all, Green Day been making music before Miss Charlotte was even a thought in her parents', nether regions. And um they're way older than her. Like they're in their 50s. She's 32. So of course they're gonna headline. And I work both their shows. So I'm gonna give my opinion on the matter in regards to what I think in a second. But let's continue. So it said, and it appears that the decision has ruffled some feathers as she made the message clear that when she posed for the picture wearing a skimpy white dress. Now, after the picture of her sticking her tongue out and putting her sash on full display, music lovers were sent into a frenzy. So yeah, there's her on stage, during her regular show. Now taking to Twitter. The singer said one summer album and the singer said one summer album, these girls are acting like they bigger than everyone else. So I think that meant that someone said of the singer, because the singer didn't say that. Then another one said, no, she sucked last night. It was the same shit she been doing on her tour. Didn't I say that? I literally just said that before I read this article. This is the first time I'm reading these tweets, by the way. Because I like to genuinely react as I'm reading it. They went on to say a two-hit wonder is not worthy of headlining. Well, goddamn. Now another person said to the main public, she's not bigger than Green Day. No one listens to that 2024 album anymore. Next. You want to know something? No shade, but I listen to if it's in rotation because I listen to what do you call it? Like I do like a whole damn, what's the freaking phrase? Like when you have like certain little music things that you have like all your favorite songs and stuff in a playlist. I don't know why I could not think of damn playlist. I listen to playlists and stuff most of the times because of course if I'm working out at the gym and all other stuff, I'm listening to playlists. And yes, a lot of Charlie's music comes on that way. But me listening to Brat as like from cover to cover, like from beginning to end, I haven't done that since 2024. So they absolutely right. I don't listen to Brat like that. Brat was cute. Brat was a moment, but is Brat memorable? That's TBD. So another person said to the main public, she's not bigger than Green Day. Oh yeah, I read that already. So another person said she only had one viral album, Be So For Real, right now. I still don't know who that is. Is she popular? I feel like y'all just being shady to be shady, actually. One mediocre album had her acting up like this with 4 question marks. Now, I should point out, because I do have a graph. So let me get to that because I want to show y'all not that. These are all the tweets. We don't need to show that. I want to get to this graph. So I want to show y'all Green Day albums. So Green Day has 5 UK albums that went to number one, 10 top 10s, 17 top 40s, and it spent nearly 500 weeks in the top 75. And this is according to the official charts website. So now let's get to Charli's numbers, which of course you would know is significantly lower because she is relatively, I mean, even though she's been making music for about what, 14, 15 years? We'll say over a decade. Her numbers are not going to match what Green Day have accomplished in their career. And they were around during physical media. This is not digital download stuff. This is their physical media selling artists. They sell out stadiums, which I know because I worked their show last year. They sell out stadiums. So for her to sit up in here, and I know she was probably trying to be cheeky about it or whatever the case is, but sis, I do think that you've gotten in your own head. And I've said from the beginning, and I love, no, I don't want to sit here and toot my horn, but I love when I'm right about stuff because I always said Charli XCX is a viral star. She is big in the internet. She's big in the matrix. But if you're in the real world, the math ain't mathing. And we already heard that, she was trying to pull stunts and shows with that Brat album around the time when no, it wasn't Post Malone. It was Jelly Roll. I almost call him Teddy Swims. They all look alike, quiet as his cat. But when Jelly Roll came out with his recent album, what was it called? Beautifully Broken or something or another? When he came out with his recent album, and they were trying to cook the books over there with Charli and that whole Brat album. And we're trying to make it seem like her album went to number one. I think it came in third or fourth. So she wasn't like she didn't come out triumphant. Now, as far as Charli, she's been nominated for 172 awards and has won 47 over her career so far and became a hit on social media following her Brat album release in 2024, which is literally what I just said, that she is a social media artist. She has found a way to use the matrix to her advantage. And that's where her success comes from. And there's nothing wrong with that. She should be able to go and do what needs to be done in regards to her career. But girl, you're not going to sit up here and try to say like you a headliner because, and I've said this before, when I worked your show, I don't like the whole minimalist idea. It's cute, but not in an arena setting. The arena is too big. And when it's just you on that stage with a big jumbo screen behind you, you just look like a little ant on that stage. So if you don't have some of the pomp and circumstance, some of the extra bells and whistles to go along with what you were trying to do, thinking that it was just going to be enough for you to sit and sing into an auto-tune mic and thrash your hair around until you need a chiropractor at the end of your show. Like, to me, that's not enough to keep me captivated in your whole situation. And the whole, okay, I'll do a couple of performances and then I leave the stage and then Troy would come on and do his thing. When I would look at that, it just felt to me that Troy was outperforming you because Troy was giving you a show. Troy was giving you homosexual Madonna tease where he was up there in his outfits, making out with his male dancers, giving sex, giving choreography, and giving, showmanship and stage presence. And I could understand if you want to do the whole raver thing, but that doesn't work. Just what you would do, it just didn't feel like it was greatly executed. And this, what I feel like is not just her, but I feel like in general, when it comes to just the whole, if you're trying to do that whole EDM DJ culture type of performance and incorporating the pop landscape into that, I feel like if you're going to marry those two, y'all have yet to figure out how to make that work for the stage. And I remember that this was even back in the days where y'all were trying to make superstars out of groups like The Prodigy and Chemical Brothers and, and a lot of these other, DJ style type performers or raver types when you need a face to go along with, or you were trying to, I guess, y'all were crossing over into that whole MTV landscape. How do you make the whole DJ culture idea type situation work on a pop level? How do you, because you have to bring the visuals and they want people and they want to see that. How do you make that work in the MTV era? Yeah, it was cute when it was at the time, but I felt like a lot of those type of artists or musician types or DJ types were not able to make that work. Although I will say this, the genre in itself of EDM, of DJ culture, works for Coachella. That seems to be the bigger genre that exceeds in the whole Coachella situation. Because I saw a little chart that they put out, which I had it up here for y'all to see. I think I posted it on my Facebook, but I didn't pull it up, so I don't really want to waste time trying to pull that up right now. But there was a chart situation they pulled up where they said like EDM is still like the biggest thing that pops off in Coachella. So I did mention that, you know, Billie Eilish did come out and perform the guest remix. Lord also came out and performed Girl So Confusing. Troy came out and did Talk Talk. Now after performing with Lord, um I heard that Lord dropped a little preview of her new song. I haven't heard it yet, but I did get alerts that Lord did drop a teaser. And then we saw that Timothy Chalamet was there. Now I know some of y'all was like, because I did ask, where's Kylie? Kylie was there. He was all up on her. I saw the after I asked the question, I went off air or whatever. I did see that he was all hugged up on Kylie. They were out living their best life and having a good old time out there. He kept smacking her behind. I said, that's why you got with her, because she got all that ass. You know how these boys are. And you know, with Timothy being so damn skinny, you know it's big, because there's always the little skinny ones you got to watch out for. So now, she did say that at the end, she didn't want Brat Summer to end with a cryptic message displayed behind her. She said, does this mean that Brat Summer is finally over? I don't know. So, but she said, yeah, because duh, it was already over like last year. Wait, was it? No, I don't know who I am if it's over. Fuck, wait, I remembered. I'm Charli, and honestly, I just want moment to last forever. Please don't let it be over. Well, girl, if you want to sit up in here and just continue to keep Brat going on, then keep Brat going on. I mean, if you don't want it to end, but it's probably that adrenaline talking. But she's about to headline Glastonbury, so I don't know what she's bitching about. You're about to headline Glastonbury, Lido Festival, and Park Life. So you headline a bunch of shows, but we'll see if you're gonna give us a little something different instead of the same old in a lot of your live shows, because that's what you've been delivering, sis. So I say all this to say, what do y'all think of this story? Or do you think that people are reaching? Or do you think that, yeah, Charli does need to come down a little bit? And I remember I said weeks ago on this that I feel like Charli has got a little too big for her britches. I do feel like she's getting a big head. And you should enjoy your success. Nobody's saying that, but the ego, girl, bring it down a bit. Bring it down a couple of notches. So bring it down from like a 12 to about a 6.5. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.